I did purchase two different measurements. One for the kitchen because that area, the window is smaller. The living room is 54 by 96. This is what I'm opening up right now. And I want to stretch them out and look at them. So far I'm satisfied with the way they look and the material. Like a linen type material, I guess. Of course, when I hang them, I rather had ordered them longer because I can always shorten them rather than ordering them. They're too short. And I'm going to go ahead and use this at some point, but not now. I'm just going to hang my curtains, look at them for a while, steam them, and hem them at a later date. I might even hem them by hand. Right now I have the two hanging up, the 2 pages versus the Amazon. I love the 2 pages much better. As you can see, they are way too long. I don't mind pulling curtains, but this is way too much. So of course I'm going to hem them. The clip rings, you have to purchase those separate. I got them from Amazon. Now as you can see, the curtain is too long. I'll definitely have to hem that up. That's way too much pulling for me. So I'm just going to, as you can see, I'm folding it, and I think that's about the length that I'm going to hem it. Just exactly right where you see that fold. Alright, this is what the curtains look like. I'm trying to pin them at the bottom because I'm trying to decide if I want to hem it by hand or do the iron-on tape. And I have to steam the wrinkles out. Now as you can see over here, how they're pulling the floor, that's too much pulling. So I'm taking it up by folding it up the same distance as this, and that should be enough, which is what I did here. I'm sorry if it's kind of dark in here, but as you can see, let me flip it over. This is what I did. I just turned it over and went all the way across, and I probably will go ahead and just, it'd probably be less easier for me to just sit here and hand stitch it than to take, I'm not taking it down. And as far as ironing, I mean, I could do it with it hanging up. It'd be a little awkward to use the seam tape, but I don't know. Right now I'm just pinning it. I'll see. And then once I get them hemmed, then I'll go ahead and I'll steam out the wrinkles. As you can see, they're pinch pleated. This is the Burley Birch. I didn't put the liner in it because I have this. So, and it's dark enough in here that I didn't need to have the liner. I decided to go ahead and stitch by hand, hem it by hand. I'm almost done. But as I'm sitting here thinking, it's a possibility I might be able to sit my little sewing machine up here and do this one. I'm gonna try it. Because the hand stitching takes time, of course. I'm not doing anything else. As you can see, the curtains are wrinkled, so I have to steam them as well as these shears. However, I'm definitely going to see if there's any way I can angle this on this sewing machine and stitch it. It's worth a try, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this one by hand. Here, I finished it on the sewing machine, this one. I put clips on them. I've taped them up because I'm trying to keep that fold trained. I've steamed them. And I'm going to leave that like that overnight. And then I have to do the same thing on that side. Here is where I hemmed them too. before they were too low to the ground. So they're still pulling, but not as much. I like this. This is not too bad. And as far as the rod, if I wanted to, I can go up a little bit higher, which I'm not, because that would be a massive mess if I had to do that. It's a double rod. I have sheer curtains behind that on a second rod. Right now I have them on a clip ring, so I push them behind the panels. You probably could, no, you can't see it yet. I'm still working on these. As far as training them, I have to press them or steam them. Like I said, I did the hemming. As you can see here, it's drooping a little bit, but I like that. That is not bad. Now, if here in the dining room, which is next, I have my sewing machine here on the table because I plan on hemming these on the sewing machine like I did one of the panels in the living room. One I had hemmed, the other one, as I was hemming, it came to me, can I do this with my sewing machine? Now, you see, now that's a serious pull, so I definitely have to hem these. I haven't steamed them, I haven't done anything to them yet, so sometime today or tomorrow if I feel like it, I'm gonna move all this out the way, pull back, so I can get up in there and set my sewing machine up and hem them with them hanging on the wall. A few days later, I finally got everything set up over here and decided to go ahead and hem these curtains on my sewing machine while the curtains are still hanging up on the rod. Now I have to tighten up the corners, cut the threads off, and I'm going to hand stitch the corners because it was too thick for me to run it under my sewing machine. I didn't want to break my needle. This is what I'm talking about right here. See how thick that is? I was not putting my machine through that. Alright, here it is hanging. It's not pulling as much as the one in the living room. That's interesting. It's an old house. These walls are so uneven, no telling. Now I have to do this one, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Alright, I'm done with this other panel. I just have to get my needle and thread and stitch those corners by hand, steam them, and I'm done. As you can see, they're not pulling like in the living room. As you can see, I taped them off because I was trying to define the pleats so I can go ahead and use my steamer and go ahead and steam the seams back in. My steamer, waiting for it to get hot. Try to run it up and down each seam. They're steamed. For now, those curtain panels in the middle are so short. But I'm not worried about that. My main concern was the curtain panels. Walking into the dining room, I'm going to show you. I did finally get up on my little step stool, which is still sitting here, and put the sheer panels on clips so I can slide them back and forth easier. First I had them inside of the pockets. I didn't like that, but finally I went ahead and went to my stash and pulled the little small clip rings out and put it up. Back up here, I know the lighting is horrible. Let me see. Now, I haven't decorated for Christmas. I'm still trying to decide if I want to. Even put a tree up, maybe a few little decorations. That's about it. Over here, I have to work on these. I need to take these curtains down. I need to move this over a little bit further because there's a big gap here I don't like. Excuse my mess over here. I'm going to have to get up here, take these curtains down, and fix that bracket. It needs to come over a little bit more because there's a big gap on the side. You can see through the side of the curtains. It's so far off the wall, but if I pull it out, you know, a little further, that should help that. And I definitely had to get up here. As you can see, that one looked like it wants to come out of the wall. So I have some stronger anchors that I'm just going to have to go ahead and take all this stuff down and just redo it.